The AFC North takes over Thursday Night Football this week. Cincinnati Bengals at home on a 4-game skid, hosting their rival, the Pittsburgh Steelers, winners of 3 straight.
Right now, it's all Steelers in the AFC North.
So we got 2 teams heading in opposite directions for the moment. Steelers just got done dispatching another Ohio team. That statement supposedly lands with 10-year-olds or 12-year-olds, I don't know. Point here is they just took care of the Browns, who do sort of feel like the Bengals right now. Ohio fans lucky to have college football, I guess. Aaron Rodgers, with his second 115-plus rate game in a row, comes in off a 235-yard, 2 TD, no-pick game, back-to-back games with 7.8 yards per attempt or more, so starting to get more splashy.
Rodgers on the move, directing traffic, throws! Touchdown!
Pittsburgh's offense, a respectable 23 points versus a hard-to-move-the-ball-against Cleveland defense, 23 and 24 points the last 2 games, 23.8 their season average.
There's a reason that man's a Hall of Famer. He's able to do some things others can't.
Bengals have not been hard to score on. 27 points allowed to the Packers last week, 30 allowed per game, only Dallas and Baltimore have given up more, 29th on third down, 30th in the red zone.
There's nobody there. Nobody else there to lay a finger on Jacobs, and nobody did.
Rodgers looking at a secondary giving up a 101 rate, the second most yards per game at 258 per, 7.9 yards per attempt, 28th, gave up 2 TDs over 260 yards to Jordan Love in their most recent outing, rate over 100, 10 yards per attempt.
Caught by a wide-open Golden, and he runs out of bounds with what might just be a game-clinching catch.
Only came up with 1 sack of Love, wasn't Trey Hendrickson either. Rodgers didn't soil his jersey once, with Myles Garrett trying to track him down, only got hit 3 times.
Really nice job in pass pro by the Steelers' offensive line.
Bengals corners gave up 55 yards to Romeo Doubs, 86 to Matthew Golden. Pittsburgh's top yards earner week 6 and all year, DK Metcalf, 95 yards and a TD last week. That's a tutty in 4 straight, back-to-back games with 95 yards or more.
He put it in the bucket to DK Metcalf!
Tight end Darnell Washington with 62 yards versus Cleveland, a season high.
Big rumbling Darnell Washington on the first play from scrimmage.
Steelers got 100 yards from their rush attack. Modest, but a bump being that bumped them up to 84 per game for the year. Jalen Warren, 52 yards on 4.7 a carry.
Ronnie Hickman trying to take on Warren, and Warren wins the battle.
Steelers starting to feel like the Steelers again, put up 23 or 24 points on offense, shut them down on D, held the Browns to 9 points. No one has gone for more than 21 points against them on their 3-game win streak.
And as the defense continues to surge, the Pittsburgh Steelers just keep finding ways to win football games.
Steelers secondary, now 10th in rating against at 87.9 after holding Dylan Gabriel to a 66 rating. Didn't even pick him off, but no touchdowns, held him to a paltry 4.3 yards per attempt on 52 pass attempts.
Joey Porter Jr. getting the crowd pumped up after the play.
Joe Flacco only mustered 4.9 yards per attempt versus Green Bay, kind of by design. Didn't want him holding the ball too long, with Micah and Rashawn Gary lurking. He did throw 2 touchdowns, no picks, kept them in the game at least.
What a throw by Flacco!
Kept them in the game, didn't lead them to enough points, 18 of them, which was more than their average for the year. Only Tennessee and Cleveland have scored fewer.
Flacco in his Bengal debut with 2 touchdown passes.
Flacco only took 1 sack versus the Packers. May want to keep playing hot potato again, being he gets a Pittsburgh pass rush coming off a 6er, so they're feeling loose. TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith shared 1. Derek Harmon chugged 1 by himself. Jalen Ramsey slammed down 2 on blitzes, only 1 team with more bags on the season.
Jalen Ramsey's going to come off the edge and just hunt him down.
Gonna see a lot of Jamar Chase in the Bengals promos this week. Remember everyone, the Bengals have Jamar Chase still. He did put up 94 yards and a touchdown week 6, 94 plus yards back-to-back games.
Wow! Chase with the touchdown reception!
His sidekick, T. Higgins, with 62 yards in the losing effort.
Caught by a wide-open T. Higgins.
Down low, Cincinnati's Chase Brown hit at 4.7 a carry, only 9 attempts, so just 42 yards.
Nice run by Chase.
Nothing soft about Pittsburgh's play versus the run held the previously hot Quinshon Judkins to 36 yards on 3 a try.
He runs into a wall. There's nothing there against the steel curtain.
Saw a fan comment in last week's Steelers preview, sounds like AI, another job gone. Well, yeah, the guy they'd been using the last few years was terrible, so had to be done. But it was a keen observation nonetheless.
Trying to do everything we can. There's pros and cons to the creativity sometimes.
Steelers have played the Bengals 111 times. Pittsburgh Deb usually happy with the outcomes, so let's serve up one for Cincinnati Sally. They first started playing in 1970. Bengals got their first ever win against Pittsburgh the second time they ever met.
In Cincinnati, the Steelers' Terry Hanratty and Terry Bradshaw became painfully aware of the improved Bengal defense. Bradshaw, a hotshot rookie, decided he'd send his runners around the defensive line, but the rugged pursuers buried Steeler runners and pressured Bradshaw into mistakes. The offense was quick striking and varied. Bob Trumpy hauled in a bomb from Virgil Carter, and Carter's own elusive style brought another score. But much of the credit had to go to the offensive line, who blasted open huge holes for the bursts of number 18, Paul Robinson. The 34-7 victory avenged an earlier loss to Pittsburgh and moved Cincinnati into second place.